I really want to say thank you to the Surrey Board of Trade, the Downtown Surrey BIA, the Cloverdale Chamber of Commerce and BIA, the South Surrey White Rock Chamber, and the Tourism Surrey. All of these folks have come together each year to host this event. And I really want to say thank you for all the work that you do to make this event such a success. Now, council that we have here in Surrey is absolutely phenomenal. We have a council that is dedicated, hardworking, forward-thinking, that works on initiatives, that is really in service of everyone here in this room and all the residents throughout the city of Surrey. And I want to introduce them to you right now. First and foremost, and I'll get you to stand, Councillor Tom Gill. Councillor Bruce Hayne. Councillor Linda Hefner. Councillor Marvin Hunt. Martin. Councillor Dorinda Rossotti. Councillor Barbara Steele. And Councillor Judy Millian. Just an inspiring, great team. And as well, we have our senior management team that is here. And I'd really like them to stand and be recognized because the leadership that they show in this city is really has been phenomenal and exemplary. So please stand and take a bow. You know, Surrey is a city that is evolving and changing and transforming. And when we talk about change and transformation, what we're really talking about is our future. Evolving from what was to what is and what is yet to come. And we need to define each one of those components. And when we apply those principles to this city, we really begin to paint a picture and have an understanding of the way forward. Surrey was named in 1880 after Surrey, England, and it was planned for 6 town centers. Began as a farming and a logging community, and you either worked on the farm or you worked in some of the mills along the Fraser River, or you left Surrey to work elsewhere in the region. In 1971, we had 96,000 people. Today, we have 500,000 people, and the region is shifting, and Vancouver is no longer the epicenter. The high-growth communities in this region are Surrey, Langley, Abbotsford, Coquitlam, and 70% of the region's growth is coming south of the Fraser. So what does that mean, and why is that relevant? Well, when we look at our greatest asset, we need not look any further than our residents. And together, we must achieve the very best outcomes. We all have a vested interest to ensure that we are building a city with all of the elements and all of the components to support those residents throughout their entire life, whether it's at the beginning of their life or at the end of their life. Now, we've had to shift our direction, our mindset. We had to change the way we deliver service, the way we engage our residents, and the way we plan for the future. Now, we have a small army of 4,200 people that serve this city. The RCMP, our fire department, engineering, planning, our outside workforce, Parks and Recreation, inside workforce, council, senior management team, and together we're heading in the same direction. And that's not to say that everyone will agree, because we won't. But what we must ensure is that we have an environment of respect, we acknowledge differences of opinion, and we must listen and understand and value what people have to say. And that is the foundation for success. Now, fundamentally, we cannot let politics trump the development and implementation of good, common sense public policy. I have never been interested in cutting ribbons and photo ops, and what we do in this city is we roll up our sleeves and we get the job done. We lay the foundation of which those coming after us can build upon. And each and every year, we develop and implement significant public policy initiatives. And we must keep evolving, moving forward in a very thoughtful and relevant way. And this isn't about me, and it isn't about you. It's about what we do today that will make the difference tomorrow. When we break down and define the key elements of a great city, we see a strong economy with good jobs close to home, access to great education, housing affordability, reliable, frequent public transportation, connectivity within and around our town centers and our downtown core, a vibrant arts and cultural community, engaged citizenry, green space and natural areas, sport and recreation opportunities, access to great health care, safe communities, and a strong safety social net, and supports for vulnerable people. Now, some of those elements fall within other jurisdictions, so we advocate and facilitate. And other elements fall within our jurisdiction, so we can affect change, we can implement relevant public policy. Connecting and engaging our residents has been the cornerstone of everything that we've done in this city. Whether it's our crime reduction strategy or sustainability charter, homelessness and housing strategy, economic action plan, all of the public policy initiatives, we have engaged the general public. And to move that even further, we are undertaking our very first community summit on April the 6th. And we want to engage the community, connect people, share information, collaborate, and have a meaningful dialogue. And I want to thank the organizing committee who's here today as well, Councillor Rossodi, for your work in this initiative. And also, too, we're launching today a new initiative, Vision Critical. And this is a partnership with a BC-based technology company who was founded by pollster Angus Reid, and I know Angus is here today. And it's called City Speaks, Your Surrey, Your Say. We are the first city in Canada to undertake such an initiative. And I invite all of you here to join our community panel to test ideas and take surveys, conduct discussions on city plans, city initiatives, city policies. And we want to make sure that the community has another avenue for input and discussion on the relevant topics and ideas that are important to them. And it's very important because people have very busy lives, and we want to ensure that they have every opportunity to engage, because it is so very important that you are engaged in your community. Improving public service means open and transparent government, and it means public access to information. It means streamlining processes, it means being efficient and effective. It means evolving and being flexible in the use of technology. And for the first time, we have partnered with IBM and Apple Canada for several new initiatives. Now, when we talk about connecting people and systems, we want to ensure that our most vulnerable are connected to the supports and receive the help that they need. And those that are connected to the justice system are dealt with appropriately. Community safety, crime reduction, and crime prevention are essential. The RCMP have been our partners in law enforcement since 1951. And Bill Forty, our officer in charge of the largest detachment in Canada, took the helm last May. And he knows well that Surrey is not without challenges. No evolving, young, fast-growing city is. And we would be naive to ignore that fact. But what we are prepared to do is to face every issue head-on. whether it's domestic violence, whether it's gang or drug-related crime, or troubled youth. We are prepared to do what it takes to ensure that our residents live in a safe community. Now, we know that the demographic that commits most of the crime is between 18 and 24. And we also know that a small percentage of people commit the majority of crime, and the rest are law-abiding citizens, like everyone in this room. Our crime reduction strategy deals with the root causes of crime, and we work with nonprofit organizations, businesses, crime prevention, law enforcement, our faith-based organizations, the community, and our school district on initiatives that assist and prevent individuals from choosing or being drawn into a life of crime. Now, over the past number of years, we have seen hundreds of supportive and transition housing units, addiction beds, sobering center, addiction treatment center, child protection center in Surrey, as in every community across this region. There are gang-related deaths, there are drug-related deaths, and there's retaliation that has occurred for both. And it reminds me of a quote that I heard many years ago. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Now, there's many things that law enforcement and government can do. And we want to protect and be responsive and assist our residents. But we would be foolish to think, even for a moment, that government and law enforcement can solve the complex and deeply rooted problems of individuals that commit violent crime. It is much deeper and more complex, and it must be addressed as a society, as a community, as a family, as parents, and as an individual. A criminal act is about an individual, a choice, and a personal responsibility, and there must be accountability. Now, it's imperative that our goals are aligned and the community is served well and kept safe. And I really want to thank the dedicated RCMP members who work so hard to serve this city and deal with very difficult individuals and complex situations on a daily basis. And you truly deserve our gratitude, and thank you very much. Community safety is our fire department, and they are on the leading edge of many initiatives. Our electrical fire safety initiative saw an 81% decrease in grow-off since 2007, and that initiative has been replicated across the province and across the country. They also visited 40,000 homes, have done safety audits, installed over 500 alarms. And I want to thank Chief Garris and the firefighters for the work that they do on the job, as well as the work and the volunteer hours that they put into our community. Physical, emotional, and mental well-being is critical in a healthy and vibrant lifestyle. And our network of cycling paths and trails and greenways, our parkland, connect our residents to our natural beauty in this city. And we have almost 8,000 acres of parkland and natural areas, which includes 900 acres of urban forest. We are renowned for our recreation facilities, and in fact, we had 3.2 million visits to those facilities last year. Our Cloverdale Recreation Center is completed, and design is underway for the Clayton and the expansion of the Fleetwood and Newton Rec Centers. Our Parks and Rec staff have been exemplary in their care of our green space, acquisition of our parkland, development of our sports fields, and our festivals and community events for children and seniors and youth have been acknowledged not only regionally, but nationally and internationally. And I want to thank all of the staff and Councillor Hepner as chair of the Parks and Rec Committee. Surrey is the largest school district in the province with over 70,000 students. And we have a great working relationship with the Board of Education and the staff. And we all have a vested interest to advocate on behalf of the students and families in this city, to ensure that schools are being built, that universities are provided the necessary funding for additional seats. The City of Surrey collected and submitted to the province $193 million last year and $1.6 billion over the past 10 years for education from our property taxes. Now recently, the Minister of Education was out at Surrey announcing new high schools for Clayton and Grandview and 3 elementary schools. And we thank them for that. And we know as a growing school district, we're going to need to make sure that we continue to move forward. Now, the city and the school district, we always look for innovative and efficient ways to deliver our service. And I'd like to announce our Campus of Learning and Active Living and Sport Excellence facility. Now, this is a new model that can be replicated anywhere in the province or anywhere within the city, and currently it will go into the Grandview area. It consists of an aquatic center, a new secondary school, a community campus of support services, and shared infrastructure. We know that standalone buildings are not efficient use of taxpayers' dollars, and we need to be creative and think of ways how we can work together to ensure that we're serving the people we need to serve. Our libraries are transforming and they continue to evolve. They're a hub of technology and a gathering place for the community. And I'd like to announce a new partnership with Apple Canada, which is the first in North America, and it will be launched in all of our 9 libraries. And it is a technology environment to support learning, literature, and play. And it's going to cater to children 4 to 8 years old, and we're calling it Curiosity Corner. Now, post-secondary education and additional capacity must be a top priority for the provincial government. Now, I was really encouraged to hear the Premier at the Surrey Board of Trade budget breakfast just recently say that kids need access to universities close to home in order for them to stay in their communities. Well, 50% of post-secondary students in this region are from Surrey. A quarter of all BC students are from Surrey or south of the Fraser. And here's a fun fact. Surrey has 13 spaces for every 100 students. And compare that to 49 spaces per 100 for the rest of the communities in British Columbia. And that is just simply not good enough. Simon Fraser University Surrey needs 2,500 spaces to fulfill a memorandum of understanding that was signed by the province in 2006. Quantum Polytechnic University continues to grow and will need 3,500 new spaces to fulfill their needs over the next coming few years. Cloverdale campus, they're going to rebrand that at KPU Tech. That will support the trades and technology sector, and it will be a hub for the expansion of technology-based industries in Surrey. And we must ensure that access for our kids is a #1 priority. Surrey High School students that graduate with a 75% average do not have access to our SFU Surrey campus. And due to the lack of funded spaces, the acceptance rate has risen to 85%. And we are turning away thousands of academically qualified students. Now, we know that a strong economy, stable workforce, poverty reduction, a higher average living standard all stem from access to education. Now, this is not incidental because we are all competing on a global level. And I absolutely support international students having access to our universities. But let's make sure that our kids have access as well. Now, the 2 sectors that have identified public transportation as the #1 priority are our youth and our seniors. And I want to acknowledge Councillor Steele for all of your work that you've done with the seniors community and your committee. It's been absolutely phenomenal. But the reason that this is so significant is because a third of our population is under the age of 19, and the seniors population will grow by 179% over the next 10 to 15 years. And I would suspect that most everybody in this room will be part of that category. Maybe not everybody. But the consequences of not having rapid transit infrastructure is significant. We must plan and manage growth. We must connect our communities, and we must plan for future economic growth. And if not, we will see the repercussions economically, socially, and environmentally. Now, Surrey, as I've said before, has a population of 500,000 people, and no rapid transit expansion for 20 years. We have less than 6 kilometers of the rapid transit network in the region that has 80 kilometers. And we know that 70% of the region's growth is coming south of the Fraser. Now, we've seen a grassroots movement of students and seniors, businesses, community organizations, chambers of commerce, board of trade, that have worked to raise awareness and support and advocate on our behalf for better public and rapid transit. But I want to be crystal clear. The only way that we will ever have any expansion south of the Fraser or anywhere in the region is when the provincial legislation is changed. Now, the current structure, the independent, unelected board and TransLink developed the transportation plan. Now, we have very bright professional people on the board, and there's no doubt about that, and clearly that is not the issue. Now, by provincial legislation, the only role that the Mayor's Council has is to accept or reject that plan, have no input, and make no changes. By provincial legislation, the Mayor's Council must fund the plan it has no input into. And the province determines what tools we can use to fund it. Now, the fundamental issue is that the current tools are not sustainable and the structure doesn't work. The Mayor's Council and myself as chair of the Metro Vancouver Transportation Committee are asking the province to change the legislation so we can move forward, we can shape future growth, we can ensure a livable, sustainable region. Now, connecting the region, the downtown core, and all of our town centers is vital for a livable and economically viable city. Now, 4 years ago, we launched our Build Surrey program, which was the most comprehensive construction and investment plan in the city's history. Our goal was to densify our 6 town centers, build walkable, pedestrian-friendly, accessible communities, connect each town center, and build iconic architecture. Now, in putting all of that into context, it's like building and planning and transforming 5 municipalities and creating a downtown core. But we've seen the evolution of our town centers, and most remarkable, the transformation of our city center, which is the second metropolitan core of the region. And this has truly been a collective effort with the private sector, all 3 levels of government, SFU, Fraser Health, investors, developers, architects, and so many others that really deserve recognition. Construction is set to begin on our Coast Capital head office building and commercial development with PCI. 3 Civic Plaza, which is a 144-room hotel and office tower by the Century Group. We have medical offices by the Lark Group, as well residential towers, Concord, Westone, Tianshare, Boza, Rise, and that's just to name a few. And we have seen the completion of the SFU expansion, our iconic library, and I know I saw Bing Tom here just shortly, our Jim Pattison outpatient facility, the RCMP division, our Chuck Bailey Center and Seniors Facility. City Hall will be completed this fall, and the Surrey Memorial Hospital expansion next year. Now, District Energy will connect many of those projects, and it will be one of the largest geo-exchange fields in Canada. Now, we're on the leading edge of many innovative and environmental initiatives. And I really want to thank our staff for their innovation, as well as Councillor Hunt and Councillor Hayne for all their work. Our biofuel facility will process organics into fuel and be used to power our city vehicles. And it's the only fully integrated organics management system in North America. Our new waste management system is achieving the goal by diverting 70% of the city's waste from the landfill. Our entire fleet of CNG trucks saves us about $3 million a year, and we are continuing to add alternative fuel infrastructure. We have built 14 electrical vehicle charging stations. Greening our fleet, we have hybrid, hydrogen fuel cell, electric, and CNG. And we're the only city in Canada to host 3 hydrogen fueling stations. Now we know that low taxes foster investment and create affordability. And we have the lowest residential taxes in the region and the second lowest business taxes in the region. We are fiscally responsible, we are open, we are transparent. And I want to acknowledge Councillor Gill for his work, and I want to congratulate staff for receiving yet another award for financial reporting and government transparency. Now, I know that we are more than happy to share our success with other levels of government should they need to have a little help. Being that we're the only level of government by law that has to balance our books, and putting in an Auditor General to monitor us, I think will be an interesting process as we all move forward with that. But we have been streamlining processes, we have been cutting red tape, we have been developing and creating opportunities, we've been fostering and expanding existing businesses, and all of these components are about creating an environment for job creation and investment. And we have had some incredible results. We've been named the best place to invest in British Columbia for 4 years in a row, and the 4th best place in Canada. Now last year, 2,100 businesses opened their doors, and we issued $1.3 billion in building permits. Now since 2005, 15,000 businesses call Surrey their home, and over $11 billion in building construction. So we know that our economy is growing, jobs are being created, and our city is evolving. But we can't stop there. We have to continue to evolve, we have to plan for the future, and we have to create opportunities for our residents. And we're developing key strategies in 4 different sectors. Now, the first sector is our aerospace industry. Now we have 25 manufacturing plants and several affiliated companies that form a critical supply link to the aviation and aerospace industries. And we recently partnered with the province and hosted some meetings for the aerospace suppliers, and that was prior to the joint US-Canadian conference. Now the Pacific Northwest Aerospace Alliance has offered significant opportunities for companies to collaborate and work together. Now this past November, Councillor Gill and I were in Zhuhai in China, which is our sister city of 25 years, and we attended the only government-sanctioned aerospace exhibition in China. Now that sister city connection with the excellent opportunities for businesses. Now that's something that we want to leverage, that we want to develop, and we want to nurture those opportunities. Now the second sector is arts and culture. And we know that arts and culture is a significant generator for any city. And at a time when funding for the arts is being cut back, we are moving forward in a very significant way. We have a very vibrant arts community, and we have 166 cultural businesses. Now we want to grow and support and strengthen those assets. And in 2008, we were named Cultural Capital of Canada, and our International Fusion Fest was born. We started with 22 countries participating, and now we're up to 38 countries. And I want to thank Councillor Martin and her committee for all their hard work in that regard. Also, the Newton Fire Hall, we've converted that into art space, and we are expanding space and building a new arts facility in South Surrey. Our council chambers in the new City Hall can be converted into a 200-seat community theatre. And I want to thank Councillor Villeneuve for all of her work in the arts, and especially and particularly with the public art pieces. We're up to 55 public art pieces within the city. And we are currently working on the Performing Arts Centre in our downtown area. And we've had a significant cultural exchange with our sister city in Zhuhai that is being developed by Councillor Villeneuve. And just a couple of days ago, actually, we had word from the city that we visited last year, Xi'an, in China, and they will be presenting the city with 2 replicas of the terracotta warriors this fall, and those will be placed at our City Hall. Now, arts and culture, recreation, and sport industry accounted for $1.86 billion of the province's GDP in 2011. So we know that it is a key economic driver for the city of Surrey. We are currently building two 50-meter pools, one in Guildford and one in Grandview. And our sport tourism strategy really highlights our state-of-the-art facilities. And we have hosted international, national, provincial, and regional events. We've also just recently hosted the BC Summer Games. And Surrey was chosen as Canada's bid city. That announcement was made a couple of weeks ago to host the 2016 International Women's World Champion Softball. With our facilities and our young population, we are well positioned to grow this sector. Now, the fourth sector is health technology. Now, the international medical technology industry generates $308 billion annually. And our health technology sector in Surrey is growing significantly, and it's fostered by many partners. The provincial government invested $500 million into the expansion of Surrey Memorial Hospital, which is the largest expansion in BC's history. The new emergency room will be the 2nd largest in Canada. The new critical care tower will require 650 new healthcare workers and 60 doctors. And the Neonatal Centre of Excellence and the UBC School of Medicine Satellite Campus will also be embedded in that facility. The new $300 million Jim Pattison outpatient facility, which is the first in British Columbia to bring together 50 services under one roof. Those have been significant investments in the city of Surrey. Now, partnerships and leadership are key drivers in moving innovation, research, and technology forward. And Dr. Nigel Murray's leadership has been extraordinary since he took the helm of Fraser Health Authority in 2007. Now, most recently, SFU, Fraser Health, Surrey Memorial Foundation launched the $5.25 million BC Leadership Chair in Multimodal Technology for Healthcare Innovation. And that position was taken by internationally respected neuroscientist Dr. Ryan Darcy, who's here with us today. He also heads up the new Office of the Health Sciences and Innovation at Surrey Memorial Hospital, and he led the Canadian lead on the 2011 Innovation Summit in Israel, where health technology is their key economic driver. Now, we can see through technology, innovation, research, and critical care that Surrey Memorial Hospital is evolving and developing into a true regional center and health science campus. Now, over the next few years, it will be the largest healthcare center in British Columbia. And in addition to the key centers of health technology, research, and practice, Surrey is well positioned with 180 related companies within our city center. And I'm really pleased to announce the Mayor's Health Technology Working Group, which is co-chaired by Dr. Darcy and myself. And we brought the working group together with Fraser Health, SFU, Kwantlen Polytechnic, University, BCIT, LARC Group, PCI, National Research Council, Western Economic Diversification, Life Sciences BC, MyTax, the BC Technology Industry Association. And it is quite an amazing group, to say the least. And today we are launching a very exciting new initiative that will really put Surrey at the forefront of the international medical research and technology. And it's called Innovation Boulevard. Now, to enrich Innovation Boulevard's value proposition to the health technology sector, we're looking at extending Canada's advanced research and innovative fiber optics network, which is currently available at Simon Fraser University, and expand that to the entire Innovation Boulevard. And having access to ultra-high-speed digital infrastructure is really a key element for success. And this is really an exciting opportunity, and I want to thank Dr. Darcy and the working group for all the work that you've done in this. And as well, I want to acknowledge Councillor Martin, who also sits on the Surrey Memorial Hospital Foundation. We will be hosting the Medical Technology Business Delegation in May from our sister city in Zhuhai, and they are looking to partner with companies that are affiliated with the medical technology industry. And this is really an exciting time for the city of Surrey, and this is a new initiative that has brought in many, many different partners. And we can see without a doubt that Surrey continues to evolve and transform. We are a fast-growing city that has both challenges and opportunities. But there's one thing that I know for sure, is that we are witnessing and participating in the building of a very unique city. And this journey, I know, is one that we will look back upon with a smile, and we will recognize that we were all part of something truly special. Thank you.